My name is Wes Goodisson. I'm a teacher in middle school at this point in time, although I have taught across the whole school in different ways. And this year I'm a specialist. I'm doing DT, technologies and some science. I started in 2000 in term 4 as a relief teacher, doing a contract, and then full-time in 2001. So I've been here permanently. Been here in 3 sub-schools, and I've taught from kindergarten to year 12, either teaching directly or coaching students right across the school. My 3 children all went through the school, so part of that was a family kind of thing, so it was easy for me to bring them here. And I think teaching in 3 different sub-schools has kept it exciting for me as well. The early days were made up of laying can turf and walking across planks over the mud and playing basketball on slopey concrete because we had no spaces. There were 2 little buildings. We call it the Little House on the Prairie. And it was a tiny little school in the middle of nowhere, so Gungahlin wasn't even really built at that stage. I've actually enjoyed the process of building. So, as I said, 2 buildings to start with. My life at Burgmann was building. I just remember pencils vibrating across desks as construction was happening. Every single year around me was construction. So I spent a lot of time with children talking about what the next building was going to be, and we'd sit out there looking at it. Staff meetings in the afternoons was visiting the next building and having a look at what was being built. So the big changes are 2 campuses. That certainly have been a huge change. But from when I started, it was these tiny little 2 buildings, and then every year it just grew and grew and grew, and we just kept following it along. It was a very strong community because everything was a working bee. Everything was done with families and parents. So we had a really close relationship. You knew every single family. When you loaded kids in the car after school, you knew everybody by name. So every afternoon parents were in helping us move tan bark or soil or something. So it was a tiny little community, and it was built through the staff and the children and the grandparents and the parents all coming and helping to build the school. Every single Friday I would pack up my classroom for the church. Twice a week I would pack up my classroom for chapel and assembly. That's just what we've done. You know, it's part of how we've kind of managed those things. So the school was always 1 year behind what we needed. We couldn't afford to have empty spaces, so we were always sharing. So classrooms were being shared. That was just part of what we did. It's been a great opportunity for me being here this long because I felt, it's not often as a teacher you get to build the future, the history of the school. So, I was a part of all those early decisions about the directions and how we were going to set up sports houses and all of those types of things. So I feel very tied to the school because I was part of that early kind of process. So, that was an exciting thing. It was hard work, but it was really exciting to be part of building a school and seeing where it would go in the future. So.